hello. Ah, it works great. Just had to get all the dust off of it, the cobwebs. All in my computer rig, too. That's what a week of not doing anything with it'll do. I had to vacuum everything off. I had to freaking... There's some spiders. I did use the old aerosol can with a lighter trick. Got those off of that pretty quick. But I'm, finally streaming again. It was been like a week. I have an explanation for that. But I can save it for, whenever, if ever, somebody decides to stop on by. But for now, I'm just gonna get back into the comic stuff. Work my way back into a routine. Since I am a little out of it. In more ways than one. Let me see, I'm just checking through my pages, make sure I'm not bringing up words and dastardly spoilers up on screen. Alright, they appear to be clear. And there is everything. Okay, yeah, there it is. I got all of it. It's all working. Does my pen work? That's what I should be. I should have tested that too. That appears to be working. Great. Everything's perfect. Mostly. But the things that need to be perfect are working great right now. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, okay, I think we're good then to just continue the work as if I didn't just take a week off for undisclosed reasons. Mainly just one reason, but again, I'll get into it later. I feel like just doing the routine thing right now. All that other stuff is for another time. But I am back again, and I don't foresee myself going away again. Unexpectedly for like just a couple weeks. First week I was on a trip, second week is the undisclosed reason. But again, outside of that, I got no other foreseeable reasons to not stream as regularly as I was or would like to. Oh, my color's all off too. Get that over there. Alright, I guess we could finish this little guy here. Let's give him a more pained grimace. I've been thinking about that since I've been looking at it. I ought to do more expressional studies. That's been popping into my mind recently. It's always on my mind. I'm drawing a freaking comic. I'm always thinking about, these people draw it in this way. You know, the abstraction of the mouth can be done in an infinite number of ways, and that's always something that's been elusive to me. Like, how do you make a mouth look interesting? It's so weird. We shouldn't even have them, in my personal opinion. What are they even for? Nobody knows. Mine is used almost exclusively for talking too much. But only in the context of stream. When I'm not streaming, I don't talk at all. So it's like it can't even make up its mind what its function is for. Is it for talking or not talking? Apparently, it can do both. Get you a mouth that can do both. Alright, and I'm not saying that anymore. I said it once to try it out. I'm not going to say it anymore. Don't worry about it. See, this is the problem. It doesn't even have to... See, talking too much can be so subjective. It really depends on the content of what you say. You could say, for example, if you're listening to a TED Talk, I could listen to some of those guys talk for hours, and it would never get boring, or weird, or awkward, or uninteresting. But if you say one thing stupid, so, you know, I'd be surprised if half of your squad wasn't just be like, alright, that's enough out of you. It could just be one sentence. It could be a word. You could just say a word wrong, and it's the wrong time, wrong place, and you have talked too much. So I'm going to exercise that to the fullest, I think. That's my whole jam. And my mouth hole's jam as well. And my mouth hole does eat jam occasionally. Not nearly as much as peanut butter. But I do eat jam. I'm not a big jam guy. I'm not a big jellies guy either. And I'm certainly not a marmalade guy. Marmalade is just repulsive on principle. You take all the bits of the orange that people don't want to eat and you put it all in one spot. You've basically given me an exact location of where I should not go in the grocery store to just, if I want to be disgusted, that's where I'll go. I'll go there and eat marmalade. I feel like that's our American version, and I don't even know where it originated, so this might be wrong. But it feels like our version of, like, Vegemite. You know, they got, I'm trying to figure out this mouth, by the way. One second. I'll get there. While I ramble on here. Well, like, you know, they got the acquired taste stuff over in Australia and all that. Marmite and what have you. I don't know where that was. I think isn't that one UK? I don't remember. But it's like I said, acquired taste. You eat enough of it, you'll like it. You gotta eat it in the right context as well. They say that is, you gotta have it on toast or whatever. Just a light smear, but I don't believe them. Just the same way I don't believe anybody that likes marmalade. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real that you can enjoy marmalade. I've never enjoyed it. Therefore, it must be impossible to like it. I am the arbiter of food, having only eaten mainly one since I was in middle school. And that is peanut butter, and it is the perfect food, I think. So many vitamins in it, so many minerals. Maybe like 2 vitamins, but certainly minerals, right? It's gotta have iron in there. I don't know. I might be making stuff up again. I do that often. And I did say that phrase. This is a decent grimace. Not like the McDonald's one. I missed that whole meme, by the way. I saw it. I saw a few people drawing just anime characters with a mysterious purple ooze on them. And I knew exactly what was going on. But I also had no idea what was going on. Like, I knew why they were drawing it, but I didn't know where it came from. Something about Grimace's birthday, and then it led to, like, this whole weird Ahegao Twitter meme. I guess everything, it just turns into an Ahegao Twitter meme. Well, an Ahegao meme on Twitter. So I shouldn't have expected anything more from them. Them being Twitter users. And yes, it is still Twitter, by the way. If you think it's X, you have another thing coming. I will not be addressing you. Or that sentiment at all. Absolutely not. You'll get no sympathy from me. It is Twitter. No matter what fever dream Elon Musk has the night fryer that tells him to change at 2 in the morning, it is Twitter. Like when you remove the block feature, I was going to say feature and function, and I said feature, which sounds like just the kind of thing that Elon Musk would make up. Because he's freaking crazy. I liked him better when he was just the Tesla guy and we all had the illusion that he was doing cool stuff. Now he just seems like a weirdo. Not even like a cool one, like one of those unhinged weird. I don't even know what to do with him anymore. I mean, then there's the Emerald Mine stuff, and then there's like the transphobe stuff, and it's just like, it's not looking good for old Elon. Then there's that time he tried to reinvent underground subways with Teslas, and he just made worse trains. That was his grand invention. I made trains, but worse. It's cars now, and they're underground. They have a much more limited carrying capacity for passengers, and they're far less efficient, I should say. Really just innovating on all fronts here. Then there was that whole Neuralink. Is he still doing that? I don't even know if he's still actively supporting that. But like that whole company, the whole basis of it is that you can, there's like, there are going to be these nano machines and these biomechanical enhancements that you can have, that you could manipulate from an app, and that's like a horrible idea. Suppose the Neuralink servers get hacked and they just make everybody with like, I don't know, a Neuralink pacemaker, just give them cardiac arrest immediately. I could see it happen. And it wouldn't even be that surprising. It's like that, wasn't there like a story where there was this company that made app-controlled chastity belts? Or like, you know, I don't think they were chastity belts per se. I believe they were belts of a similar, you would place them in a similar location, but I believe they were used for alternative functionalities within that area. But I think you could manipulate one of those through an app, and that got hacked. I have to see if this is real, if I'm just making this up. Or if I was bamboozled. Alright, I'm looking it up. Chastity Belt ransomware. How hackers held people's... Hold on, I'm clicking on it. This is Forbes, by the way, so it shouldn't be fake. I say, as if anyone trusts any journalistic source right now. Chastity Belt ransomware. How hackers held people's genitals hostage. Okay, so this has to have been real. Lorenzo Franceschi Biccia, I don't know how to say that. That is an Italian name, and I am an American man. Described for Vice, such ransomware attempts. Apparently, hackers took advantage of a security hole in cellmates. Very good choice of word there. In this case, cellmates weren't prison roommates or cell phones serving as mates. Rather, these cellmates were Internet of Things chastity cages made by Kiwi? I think it's Kiwi. A company based in China. Hackers exploited existing holes. Stop saying that. You know what you're doing. Try to control these chastity cages and lock them remotely. Oh, they locked them. Oh. I see. So it's even worse. So it was a chastity belt, and you couldn't... They would just lock it, and you could not take it off. That is messed up. I can't... But I thought this was like an Onion article that was a fake thing, but no, it's real. And it just goes to show you that... I get why all those satirical media outlets shut down, with their reasoning being real life is just already too weird. We can't write articles that are satirical anymore because everything has already just happened. And when I read stories like that, I understand. Like, how you can't make that... If you saw that and then you were writing a comedy news article, you would just be like, well, I can't write anything funnier than that. Somebody hacked a chastity belt company and locked everyone in cages? Well, at least a certain part of them in a cage? For I don't even know how long. Like days, maybe? I would assume... I don't know. I didn't read that deep into the article. I did read more than the headline, though, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Did my due diligence for the day. So many of us just get caught up at the headline and then, yeah, that's what we're good. No, I needed to know more. I'm the journalist now. This music seems a tad, a skosh loud even. A smidgen. There's so many words for just a little bit. Why do we have so many? I researched this like how the Inuit have multiple words for the types of snow there are. We have so many words to say just, you know, a little bit. We have too many of them. We have a lot of words to say so little. And I think that's beautiful. But also I hate it because there's just too many of them, like I said. We already live in a world of excess here. At least, I should say a country of excess. Here in America. We don't need... We already have, like, 40 choices of what are essentially the same 5 cereals repackaged in different ways. Do we really need that many words to say to convey the idea of a little bit? I don't think so. And yet we have them. We got them all. A tad. A skosh smidgen. A wee bit. I find myself running out of them as I tried to think of them. But just know that I know they're out there. The words to describe a little bit. And I know there's so many of them. See if I can draw this hand in a way that looks fine. You know what I need to start doing? I need to start doing studies, but I have no time. I was actually about to, before I stopped unexpectedly for a week, about a week. I was really just, I was hyping myself up to get into full swing mode. I was going to become unhealthily attached to progressing on this comic. I was going to start writing in the morning, which is usually when I just, like, do nothing for a couple hours. But I was going to start writing in the morning, so I could finally start ironing out these, chapter plot outlines. More than a page in advance. Which is kind of where I'm running at, like, I'm running at runtime here. Usually. But I was going to start getting ahead of the curve for that. For once. And then I was going to start drawing on my day off. On my days off, rather. I said it like I had one. If I had one day off, I wouldn't be working where I work right now. I would have quit. Give me those 2. Give me 3, honestly. If you have the time, give me 3. But they usually don't. So... But yeah, so I don't normally I don't normally draw, I should say, on my days off. I don't work on the comic at all. On whenever my day... They get shuffled around all the time these days, which is another reason I took, like, just a minute to get acquainted with my new schedule for the past week. So I know where I am, and who I am, and what I'm doing. But yeah, I think now that I'm back, for the foreseeable future, I'm going to start committing myself, into an insane asylum. No, I'm going to start committing myself to working on my comic on my days off, because I just want to do that. I so desire to work on this thing. There was that bit... Why does this finger look so raw? There was a bit that came up a while ago where I was talking about renewed vigor and all that. Turns out, I don't know, I must have just gotten a few good days of sleep in a row and I was just feeling energized. And I was like, surely this will last forever, and it did not. I felt very sleepy almost immediately after that whole renewed vigor era kicked up. When I was saying that for a few streams in a row. But this time, I think I'm going to force it into reality through sheer discipline. Which is so often the result that I need to take. Or the path that I need to take to get results. I don't have the... some people get motivation. They get those sparks of genius. And that's how they operate. You get those flare-ups of passione. And they can just work, they can thrive off of that until a whole project is done. I don't have that capacity. I can't work on something off of one initial spark. I need discipline. I need to force myself. That's kind of what I'm doing this stream for. It's accountability. I don't mind doing it. I kind of like doing it. I can talk to myself. I talk to myself in my head all the time. So, like, why not just do it out loud and do it in front of a microphone? And then put it online forever. Archive it in the Library of Congress. Hasn't happened yet, but it could. It should not. If I'm ever documented anywhere that isn't YouTube, via my own free will, something has gone wrong. Someone has given me too much of an influence. Too much of a platform to speak on. Alright, yeah, that looks like a good hand. Everybody give me a hand for this hand, because I think it looks pretty good. I did recall that I drew buttons on this guy's vest in the past. I will have to remember to do that in the future. See if we can't. Do we draw these? No, that makes... Those are like facial wrinkles. I kind of just want to exaggerate the mouth grimacing motion. And I don't know exactly how to do that. Like I said, I should do some expression studies. God, it's always like so cold downstairs, and then I come up here into my office, which is my room, but also my office. And it's so freaking hot. It's only the second floor. It's literally like a 10-foot elevation change when I go up the stairs, and I die every time it happens. I'm dying right now. I am going into cardiac arrest, and no one can save me. Even if you could, I wouldn't want you to. Spare me of this freaking hot room. Of another day spent in this freaking sweatbox. I don't know what's going on. I have a ceiling fan. The solution would be to turn it on, but I have to stand up to do that, and I'm very lazy. I'm already expending all of my energy today. Just getting back into a routine. Isn't that enough? Please say that's enough, because I can't do anything else. And I don't mean on like a minor level. I mean on like a macro level. I don't think I can do anything else other than make a comic right now. Apparently I can stack grocery store shelves well enough to not get fired immediately, so that's going well, I suppose. From what I hear, the usual suspects for a night crew employee are very irresponsible teenagers who probably will get fired after their first few shifts based on what my night manager told me. And I think that's very funny. He told me a story about one kid who was just eating candy out of the candy aisle. And when I say kid, he's probably like 19. It couldn't even be like much older than me, I would imagine. And then, like, a cop came up to him, because it was, like, during the last hour between the store being open and closed, and then when night shift starts after that. Cop goes up to him and he's like, can you do that? And he's like, the kid's like, yeah, I work here. Of course I can just randomly eat product that I want. And then, no, you cannot do that. Cop goes up to the night manager, because apparently they know each other, and he says, you got one of your employees just eating product. Are they allowed to do that? And he said, no, not unless he bought it. And then he most certainly did not buy it. So that was a whole thing that I heard about. And it set me, you know what, it did make me feel better about myself. Because I don't think I could do that, even if I wanted to. Even if I had, like, a falling out with my employer here, and I just didn't like the business no more. I don't think I could just eat product. For one, I'm not a big candy guy, so I don't even know, like, what would I do? I go into the peanut butter aisles where I would go, you already know that was coming. And I just what would I do? Like, I would down a whole not a can, like a jar of Jif? No. That's revolting. Scoop it out with my hand? What am I gonna do? I guess I would have to go into this, like, the plastic utensil aisle. I would have to get, like, a spoon or a fork. But eating peanut butter with a fork seems even more unhinged than just eating it in the middle of a store. So that's already, like, there's already so many problems with me trying to be a ne'er-do-well. I don't think it's in me. I don't think I have it in me. And the peanut butter would not help the situation. The fact that it would have to be peanut butter. Why am I saying it like that? I don't say peanut butter. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. What? I'm having a crisis right now over the word peanut butter. I thought I could have sworn I was saying it like a man from not Brooklyn, but like Boston for a second there, and I don't know where that came from. Man's eating peanut butter. I gotta eat that peanut butter. Gotta get it in me. Gotta eat all of it. I don't know if this hand is gonna look right. Let's just draw the hand from JoJo, of course, and then we'll see where the world takes us, also from JoJo. A lot of unintentional, half-intentional JoJo references. Alright, so the knuckle would not be there, because unlike Sonic, it would not chuckle there. Oh boy. He's drawing hands again, everybody. Everyone panic. Get under the tables. Under the desk immediately, just like the president who would have been around during World War II would have liked you to. Or the Cold War, I guess? Yeah, that's more like Cold War propaganda. Who the heck was the president during the Cold War? You got Kennedy, I think? He was in there. One of the last real ones. If you know, you know. I don't even know what I meant by that. That's just where the sentence went before I had time to stop it from coming out of my mouth. If you know, you know? What does that mean? Zotan, do you need to go on another week-long break? Sounds like you do. Don't mind if I do. I'm seeing the problem here, and I'm gonna remedy it immediately. With this hand, anyway. Not with me. On a greater capacity. To a greater degree. God, I really gotta turn on that ceiling fan. Alright, I did it. Now I can stop complaining about that specifically. I have plenty of other things to complain about. I can't have that taking up all my valuable time to complain about stuff. I don't think I'm that much of a complainer, actually. Alright, so the fangers... Why is this so weird? Why did I draw the underlying structure of this hand so strangely? Sounds like a Nier song. What is going on here? I don't remember hearing this one in Monster Hunter. What are you called? It's from Monster Hunter Stories 2. I would never play that game. Freaking Monster Hunter Pokemon. What am I? A child with dreams? No, not anymore. I'm far too aged and jaded now for Monster Hunter Pokemon to be a selling point for me. Hit me up like 10 years ago. I'd be jazzed out of my mind, dude. Monster Hunter Pokemon, are you kidding me? I'd be freaking on that immediately. Now at the ripe old age of 75, no. It's not for me anymore. It's for little baby idiots. I'm sure it's good. I hear great things every time people talk about it. From baby idiots, of course, I must specify. Alright, so clearly I need to adjust this. This is the problem. It's the root of all evil. I literally just don't see what I'm doing wrong with this hand here, and it's making me upset. Well, that's not terrible, but also it is, and I don't know how to explain that beyond, I guess, the perspective's wrong here. Maybe the fingers are all downturned slightly. Maybe that's my problem here. Also, the pinky's very long. Perspective's wrong. The pinky's long. Sorry about the voice crack. Puberty's still happening. One day we'll get through it. Not today, though. Can you, like, forcibly stop voice crack? Voice crack? Oh, God, they're coming in so fast right now, dude. I must be hitting a growth spurt. I gotta check my height 1 second. I'll be back. Gotta mark it on the wall. Alright, I just came back. I checked and I'm the same height as I've always been, but I could have sworn I felt something there for a second. It felt different. This is another Monster Hunter song that feels like a Nier song. So nearly a Nier song. Also, I would listen to this one I would just stand in the lobby to listen to this one. I can smell Celiana's theme for I was going to say for years, but that doesn't make any sense. From miles away. For years I could smell Celiana's theme until I got somebody to deal with it. Turns out it was caught in the filtration system of my house. Who'd have thought? Got that dealt with right quick. God, what am I doing? What are hands? Oh. I wish I knew. Something to do with a pinky here that's messed up. And the brain. Is that too... Yeah, that's far too long again for a pin. But if I don't draw it that long, it seems wrong. I just wish I knew. No, that is not right. Maybe just Gotta do some hand studies, as it would appear. Maybe I should do that. Maybe when I stop streaming, I'll just do some light cooldowns and just, like, draw stuff from photo reference. Do anatomical studies as well. Like I was doing when I had my daily doodle account. Which is, now, I think I checked, has not been updated since May 20-something? I don't know. It's been a bit. That was a fun little thing before I started doing this whole thing. By this whole thing, I mean the prologue. Well, the comic in general. And then streaming on top of that. But, you know, it's a worthy trade-off, in my opinion. The only downside is I can't really post what I'm drawing to the Doodle account because it's relevant to a different project entirely. It would not make sense to post comic pages that you plan on uploading elsewhere to Instagram before they are even done. Also, I just hate Instagram, so why would I give them anything? I'm pretty sure the only thing they've given me is like multiple shadow bans, so I don't really care for them much. It's like, if you're gonna ban me, just freaking tell me. Even if it's a soft ban, just tell me that you did it. That's all I want. Accountability for their actions. Just tell me that you did it. And so I can log off and then move on to a better platform. Shouldn't be hard. Well, I say that, but every platform's kind of equally awful right now. So when I say it shouldn't be hard, I really mean it shouldn't be as hard as it is to move to a different platform that is better. But it is. That's just the state of things. That's why stabilization on this brush feels too low. Oh, on the plus side, I did find a new muscular lady Twitter artist, so that's always fun to find. That always brightens up the mood a bit when I find one of those. I'm like, oh, a kindred spirit. Someone after my own heart. And I say it exactly in that Californian accent. I don't know why it takes over me. When I see a bodacious lady. I don't know. What am I talking about? This is why people need to show up to the stream so I don't go insane. It's too late. For this one, though, even if you did show up, you're already too late. You're in the danger zone now. If you're planning on showing up to this stream, don't. And I just hope that somehow that idea is telepathically communicated to you before you even think about it. Wasn't that unironically a thing, though? In, like, a movie? Isn't that Fern Gully, where the dude says bodacious to, like, this fantasy fairy creature? This lady that he meets? I'm pretty sure it was Fern Gully, where the word bodacious gets thrown around way more than it has any business getting thrown around. Past, like, the year that the word was created, I gotta know who was the first person to say bodacious. I have to see them. If we ever invent a time machine, I think it needs to have the ability to, like, Siri request, show me the guy who first invented the word bodacious. And then we just have to be able to go find him. That's the only way I would get down with time travel, is if it had the ability to, like, basically Google stupid stuff built into it. Garo, hello, welcome in. You caught me mid-rant, although I'm pretty sure it's almost impossible not to. I'm back, this time for more than literally one day in the week, I promise. I know my routine's been kind of borked recently, but I plan on not having it be borked for the foreseeable future. It's kind of my goal, is to unbork my schedule. How was your day going? Hate this sleeve. I gotta fix this sleeve little thing here. That's a better sleeve. It's not great, but it's a start. I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. That was me until today. First week, though, I was on a trip. You guys know that because I said it when I came back. And then I streamed for that day, and then took another week off. But I have a good reason for it. I was going to talk about it at some point. I don't know if I'll talk about it right now, but I will bring it up before the stream ends. Just to document it for my... This is... I don't know. These streams are really more so personal journal entries for me at this point. Seeing as they're just about one thing, me making my passion project for my accountability reasons. But yeah, I had to take another... I took the other week off immediately after I started getting back into it was because of some other thing that popped up. But I'm here now, and that thing that popped up is so far pretty stable. So I don't foresee any interruptions again in the future. In the near future, hopefully. I can't say what it's going to look like. I don't even know if I'll have the same job in a year's time, so I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows nothing about anything. Some people might say they know something about something. Like every time I say I know how to write a romance better than Hollywood writers, but have I written it yet? No, I have not. I don't know how good I am at writing anything until it's out there. We're going to figure that out. Because I am definitely going to start pushing more to get this prologue out, and by extension, the rest of the comic as well. So hopefully I get that all situated. You know what? I don't even have a Discord though, so I don't even notify people when I'm taking a break. I just dip, and then nobody even knows where I am because I can't tell anyone. I'm pretty sure I know most of the people who watch my streams, so it's not like it would be hard for me to just like hit them up and be like, "Hello, person who I've spoken to online many times already. I will not be streaming if you are someone who cares about that." And they probably wouldn't be, if I'm being honest with you. Like, listen, I got internet friends, but I don't think they much care about my stream schedule. And I wouldn't expect them to, alright? I want to make that clear. But if I were going to tell people where I was going, or if something cropped up, I have no avenue to do so. I do very much care. Well, luckily, not too much happens by way of things that could draw me away from doing this without explanation. His hand is ridiculous. Hold on. But I appreciate it. What does a hand grasping like a ring look like for like a dresser drawer handle? Why did I make it a ring? Oh, yeah. Zotan, you're your own worst enemy. In so many ways. I was reading webcomics in my break, though, so that was a thing I got to catch up on, since I had time to do so. Well, you really are a goblin? Drunken Manager, hello. Is this your first time chatting in here? Let me check my OBS. It is your first time here. Yo, what's up, dude? How's it going? When you disappear, I mentioned to Azure how I hope everything is out. Well, that's very kind of you. But yeah, I'm completely fine. Everything's good. First week I was gone, it was for a trip, which I told you, so that was, I hope that was communicated. Also, yeah, I am a goblin for sure. It's real. You could tell by how photorealistic I rendered myself. I mean, how I look. But the second week, I'll bring it up in a bit. I'll bring it up in a bit. Right now, I have to put on my best first impressions voice for Drunken Manager. Actually, you were probably in there. Drunken Manager, have you seen Swan do the Monster Prom streams? Have you heard my voice before? Because if you haven't, it actually sounds like this. I was putting on a voice earlier. This is what I sound like. Looking for some cool art vibes? I hope I can provide those for you. No? Alright, cool. A whole world of firsts today. I knew about the vacation, yeah, I believe I DM'd that one to you. Because it was, while I was doing your commission, I didn't want it to be delayed. And then it got delayed anyway, but, you know, I tried. I did, honestly, I did try. I mean, it was just the color references that I had to leave behind because there was no internet where we were going, apparently. I didn't know that, which made it even worse because I was like, I can't even put on blocks of color and send them anywhere. This is garbage. I had, like, very limited internet. But yeah, Drunken Manager, this is what I do all the time. I'm basically making a comic right now. It's going to be pretty cool, I think, when it comes out. If I can figure out how to draw hands, that is. That seems to be today's villain. The villain of the stream. The villain of my life. You know, maybe I'll I'll just move on. Take that, freaking hand. Look at these. Look at this. Look at this down here. Look at I drew these. I drew this character. Guess what's missing? Their hands. I didn't draw them. Because I hate it. There's a hand over here. What am I doing? If I try to cut out faces from my panels to add visual variety, I'm just adding hands, apparently. I still have to add the artist tag. Do you on Twitch? Oh yeah, that's right. You can do that. I forgot they let you do that now. Swan did that, and then I immediately tried to throw her into an existential crisis about what artist actually means, and it was very cool. Very cool of me, I think, to do. Because I was like, well, what about musicians? Aren't they artists as well? What about writers? And Magpie makes tabletop creation, like homebrew content, from what I understand. Writes out stuff as well. So would that not constitute art? Artistry in general? I think so. So, you know, just my usual bullying people into submission. It's very fun. We all do it sometimes. And I have to send you the next commission. Well, now I'm back, so feel free to do so. I am currently completely back in my full swing. And I plan to ramp up this stage of production, which is to say taking too damn long on making the prologue, into overdrive. So everyone in the server is a creator in some way. That's my view. That's my mind, my viewpoint on the matter. You are so mean to Swan. She dishes it right back. Don't even hit me with this. Just because she acts like a nice lady and is a nice lady, you think she's the victim here? Absolutely, you are correct. But also, I deserve sympathy, I think, for some reason. I think that's some narcissistic tendency I have. I don't know. I'm not my therapist. I'm the closest thing to my own therapist, which is not always the best thing for yourself. You don't want to be your own therapist. God, if I had to clone myself and listen to myself, oh my god, this kid, he's insufferable. Put him away. Get him out. I have another appointment, I think. With Tears of the Kingdom. That's my next appointment. That's my 1 o'clock. Bully Swan, you can try. I warn you, though, sometimes she will kill you with words. She was streaming Yakuza on Friday, and a stream regular came in, and I forget the exact context, but they started bringing up something about, I think in the game they started talking about the friend zone or whatever. Regardless of the context, the friend zone as a concept was brought up, and then Swan said to him, oh, well, you would know a lot about that, wouldn't you? And I'm pretty sure he left after that. I'm sure he wasn't genuinely offended by it, but it was very funny. She destroyed him and his entire sense of self-worth. It was very... everyone had a great time. It was Oso. If anybody knows who Oso is, you'll know that he deserves it. Shots fired? Absolutely. Oso deserves anything that comes his way. If you've seen Oso or seen anything he says or does, just know that he's probably fine about. He's probably, you know, I bet this is exactly the result he wanted. He probably wanted to be roasted to a pulp. That's not how you roast things. Roast them to a char? I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. To a crisp. That's the one. That's what people talk about when they say roasting things. Burnt to a crisp. I bet secretly that was his goal from the start. Alright, let's see if I can draw an arm without getting angry. Challenge level impossible, but let's see. Immediately deviates to the neck. Don't worry, I'm aware that that just happened. I will focus. Is this loud again? What is happening? It is louder than the other songs, but it doesn't seem like it's overbearing. This Monster Hunter playlist, I like it, but it's all over the place in terms of audio balancing. They did not even try. I can tell. Oh yeah, I was talking about a webtoon I started reading over my break. I guess I could talk about all the media I consumed over my break. Whoops, and press the Windows key a bunch of times on accident. The webtoon, I could start with the webtoon, why not? I don't have much to say because I'm not good at reviewing them. Believe it or not, that's not my career. That'd be cool though. I don't think there's many YouTube channels that actually review webtoons, so that wouldn't be too bad. Maybe that's my true passion. No, it's not, but it could be a thing I do on the side eventually. I hate when that happens. It happens so often. Especially when I got my keyboard stool. If you know, you know. So I'm always pressing keys on accident because my keyboard is, here I am, sitting here. I got my monitor, and there's my drawing tablet, basically my second monitor here in front of me. My legs are very short, apparently. My chair is very wide. And then my keyboard is just like off over here somewhere in the middle distance, on a stool, of course. So I have to reach over. And I'm just hitting random stuff all the time. It happens. Anyway, the webtoon I was reading is actually an original series. I'm usually... Get a damn debt. No. Never. You can't make me. You don't know my home address. Actually, I think you do, specifically, Garo. I think you literally are the only person who knows my home address. So that was an empty threat. I didn't mean anything by it. Please don't dox me. Please, for the love of God. Please do not. Anyway. You didn't enter the tavern fund? Oh, you're so right. That was 112, right? I'm gonna do that before I forget. What is that? An event list? Nope. Oh, Christ. What am I doing? That's that one. Fantasy Tavern Fund. 14 million. I hate that I have to end the goal and make a new one. It's just so annoying. End the goal. I have to make a new one. Fantasy Tavern Fund. The goal is 14 million. I do. I could always send you a desk. My parents would be so confused and scared. Dude, don't send furniture to my house. Starting amount, let's see, we had 50 plus 112. So that's 162. Look, guys, I could do basic addition. End after 0101 2222. Yeah, we could do that. Alright. Still at 0.00%. We love to see it. Is there even a pixel of color on that thing? I don't think so. Alright. Anyway, again, as I was saying, I'm usually more into Canvas webtoon series, because they usually just have more time to be the fully realized passion projects that they oftentimes start out as. And not these soulless, you have to churn out this many chapters per season or else you will be void of your contract and we will not pay you. And it's like, oh my god. But I recently got into an original series, as officially supported by Webtoon the company. The Despicable Gross company. But supported by the company nonetheless. Probably underpaid everybody involved in making it, but I digress. I got into Suitor Armor. It's this fantasy light romance series. There's a bit of it in there, but not too much. About a lady who is a fairy living amongst humans in a world where fairies are very much discriminated against, and there's some ambiguous war happening in the background. It sounds all very generic on the surface, but reading through it, as I've read through every episode, that there's over 100 of them. I read through all of them in like a week. Probably could have done it faster, but I was really just trying not to do that, so... It was pretty good, actually. I enjoyed the characters in that story. One thing that kept happening, though, was I kept realizing that there was, like, at Webtoons, they assign editors to, like, 40 different series, so I understand why this happens, but there's so many just, like, small little spelling and grammatical errors, and I'm just like, you have a dedicated editor. And it just speaks volumes to how spread thin your company is. When there's, like, it's not even, like, one or two I would have been fine with, but there's, like, one every couple of chapters. Just a little grammatical or spelling error, and I'm just like, you have a whole role dedicated to this. To fixing this issue, to proofreading, essentially. And fixing all these little, and, like, pacing issues, and it still happens, like, all the time. Consume the media. I do be consuming media. Except for video games, I don't have freaking time anymore. I just buy video games to own them at this point. In the hopes that someday I will have time. Maybe when I retire from whatever I work for. Or work into retirement from. But yeah, Suitor Armor, it's a fun series. I enjoy it. I'm trying to think of what series I could compare it to in terms of the vibes. And I'm trying to think. Because there were a few things that popped into my head while I was reading it. There's a very particular... It's like almost... Like, I'm sure once I think of the series that it reminds me of it, I'll just be like, oh, it's like a carbon copy of this thing. For sure. But, yeah, I can't really... I'll come back to that later, because you could definitely see the influences, but they're just not popping into my brain. Honestly, it reminded... Some of the ideas in that one reminded me of ideas that I'm working into my own comic. We gotta get back into the collabs. Oh, yeah, that's true. We do gotta be doing that. We was doing that. You know what the problem is? Wednesdays are no longer my day off. I'm gonna start yelling at my boss, because I'm pretty sure the only reason that that's not happening is because of the vacation that we took, my family took. So I'm gonna try and get Wednesdays to be a day off again. That would be easiest for me. Or so that would be easiest for me. It'd be nice to have a similar schedule to what I had already established, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not the one with authority. I'm just the lowest rung on the capitalist machine. I'm a guy with no work experience. Trying to make a living. Now my music seems quiet. Seems fine though when I click on OBS. But yeah, the characters in Suitor Armor, they're all very good. My favorite one, if I had to pick one, it's probably... let me think. Sir Baynard is pretty cool. He's like this cocky swashbuckle. I would say swashbuckling, but there's not really pirates in that series. But he's that arrogant knight guy who you think is probably going to turn out one way in this kind of cliched story. Like it's a fantasy tropey story. You think he's going to be like the Lancelot type cocky dude, but no, he's actually pretty dope. It's like that swagger type character. But he turns out to have a heart of gold, and you're like, you know what? I love this dude's confident, arrogant demeanor, because underneath it, he's a good dude. We don't have to collab on Wednesdays. That's just what was available. Yeah, we could work it out. In that case, hi, Big Stinky. Hello, Bird Lady. I was just talking about you earlier about how you bully me, and how I cry all the time. And how you bully Oso, and how he cries a lot as well. You were just talking about... Yeah, I was just talking about how I was just talking about you. And basically just about how mean you are as a person. Oh, no, you're mistaken. No, there's literally video... You literally said I should have clipped that. And I can go back and do it. I can clip the moment where you destroyed a man's entire life with one sentence. It was like a Bruce Lee one-inch punch of words to his brain. You killed him. He died. I remember that convo differently? What do you mean you remember differently? I remember everything exactly as it happened. I have an eidetic memory, and I'm a liar. So figure out one of those. gonna clip it and laugh about how I never bullied anyone. I was just talking about the webtoon, the webcomic Suitor Armor. If you've heard about that swan. If you haven't, you're uncultured. For anyone else who hasn't heard about it, that's fine. I don't expect that of anyone else. I just hold Swan to a higher standard. And we see what happens from there. I'm uncultured. That's true. That is true. But you're cultured in different ways. You find the webtoons with the funniest errors in them, and I don't know how you do that. They're like abysmal errors. I'm gonna move to the home office, BRB. Alright. Suitor Armor, it's a very fun little fantasy light romance series. Got a little bit of action in there, but not too much. I think it's gearing up to be more action-oriented because there's a training arc going on at some point. So that series basically has all of what I'm looking for. It's got a female protagonist. And that immediately just, I don't know why, but like in recent years, that is just basically upped my interest in a series for no reason. I'm not even like a degen way. I'm just like, if it's got a female protagonist, I guess it's just variety. At this point, I'm just like, oh yeah, I need to see anything that's not just a dude with short brown hair. Medium length. Just yelling the same anime stuff over and over again. Ha! For my destiny! For my friends! You know, you see that one too many times and your brain falls apart. So I'm trying to prevent that early onset a mental issue from occurring. When you read a ton of trash, sometimes you come across a golden piece of trash. A shining lump of pyrite amidst the garbage. It's still garbage, but it looks neat. You can admire it visually. I want to be a hero! I'm going to be the biggest and bestest insert anything here. I'm going to be the best one ever. Except for my dad, who shows up in Season 8. Because he's still the biggest and bestest one of all. But I haven't seen him in 30 years. And I'm only 19. Don't ask. They never explained how that happened. Oh yeah, the other piece of media I consumed over my break was Little Shop of Horrors, the musical one, obviously. Who watches the original? Nobody. I watched it because my parents reminded me that Steve Martin was in that, and I wanted to see what role he has in that movie, and it's hilarious. I wonder if a lot of mangaka have absentee fathers. It wouldn't surprise me. At this point, it seems highly likely. Or, you know, I wonder if it's the Japanese work culture. If you haven't seen him in 30 years and you are 19, I have news for you. Yeah, I figured that out while I was saying it. Oops. I love that movie. That movie is fantastic. Steve Martin's character is probably my favorite part of the whole thing. Especially when he meets Bill Murray's character, it's Steve Martin plays a masochist. No, not he plays a sadist dentist, and Bill Murray's character that shows up for like 5 minutes, that really amounts to nothing other than a joke being built up for those 5 minutes, is a masochist, and they just Steve Martin hates Bill Murray's character, and it's so funny. It just goes on for like 4.5 minutes, and Bill Murray's character is like he's so used to being a masochist in dental situations, as it were, that he's like setting up all the equipment while Steve Martin just looks at him, just getting increasingly annoyed with his character. It's so funny. That sequence is great. All the songs are good, except for like, I guess one. There's like 1 or 2 in the middle where I'm like, do we really need these? That's par for the course with musicals. There's always 1 or 2 where you just tune out. It's like in Willy Wonka. Every song is good except for Cheer Up Charlie. Everybody skips that one or zones out while it's playing. Nobody cares. And you know it's true. Who cares about the mom singing Cheer Up Charlie? She's telling him to cheer up. The family has like nothing. All the grandparents are literally lying toe to toe in the center of the house of one room. A one-room house. Have you ever seen such a thing? Outside of a New York apartment. I have not. Maybe a tiny house. Even tiny houses probably got more than one room these days. Got like McMansions or whatever. But yeah, that's that movie's fantastic. The puppetry and the way they did that, for those of you who don't know, there's a giant plant called Audrey 2, and it's like literally like we're talking sometimes in the scenes this is the human for scale, and the animatronic and puppets, they get like this. It's literally a piranha plant from Mario. It gets this big in the freaking movie. It's freaking nuts. And the way they filmed some of the scenes to make it look more organic with its movements, since it was puppetry, they filmed like the audio or the songs that they had to mouth along the words to at like half speed. So like the song would be playing like, and they would move that in time with the slowed down audio. And then they would speed up the performance when it was in the actual film to normal speed, so that the movement looked more organic. And it was so crazy. Feed me, yeah. Stubbs was great in that movie. His voice for that plant is great. My grandparents lived in a remodeled one-room schoolhouse. Whoa. Shows what I know. I had no idea that that was even an option that you could do. And you can see it sometimes too, like when Rick Moranis is in the same shot as the giant plant. You can see like when he's like sitting in a chair or whatever. Sometimes his like head tilts will be like a little jerky, because like this will be the main focus of the shot, the big plant. But if you like look over while they're in the same shot, you'll see sometimes he's just like whoop, 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 because his movements are double speed. So they try not to make him move around too much in the same shot often. But when that happens, you can tell like, oh, look, I could see it. I see them doing it. So that's pretty cool. And also it took apparently like a team of 10 plus people to just operate that puppet. It's cool, I never knew that. It's fun. I like that they did that. And it worked too. I mean, those puppet movements, that plant looks real sometimes. I would play some of it on stream, but I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to do that. So I won't, and you'll just have to look it up later. Just look up... Is it literally just called Feed Me? It's just called Feed Me. That's one of the best songs in the film, the 1986 version. And it's also one of the first, like, bigger puppets used in the movie, where you can really see them using that technique. Anyway, yeah, that movie's dope. Practical effects in it are always, like, good all the way through. I was talking about Steve Martin's character. There's a bit in that movie where his, there's like a POV shot looking out of a mouth at him. Like, and he's, like, working a drill into the mouth, and the whole mouth is, like, this prosthetic thing. This whole, like, practical thing, like, wrapped around the camera. It looks crazy. Feed him. You should not feed him. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've seen the movie, you don't want to feed him. You just simply should not. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. God, I've been drawing these characters for an hour. It's always the hands and the faces, man. They're always so hard, and I always make me draw them so often. I just found out Azure watched that this morning. That's crazy. That's nuts. I mean, it's a good movie, but what are the odds? I might have to watch it again just out of solidarity. And I would. And I would enjoy it. The only thing I would not enjoy is the female lead's voice. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Why did they make her do that? Why did they make her talk like that? It makes me so angry, irrationally. I don't know why they gave her that voice. It makes me so upset to hear it. I know it's for comedic effect, though. We'll be watching it together soon. I haven't seen it yet. You're in for a ride. I love that movie. Make sure you find the one with the director's cut ending, I believe, because the theatrical ending is not nearly as good, in my opinion. Just know that there is a huge difference between... There's like 2 endings you can watch, and the theatrical one is boring, and the director's cut one is awesome. That's my opinion on the matter. Azure was just saying he hates that one. He is right. Unless he was disagreeing. He hates the director's cut one? Oh no. I love the director's cut ending. I think it makes the movie. I think it's what it's... oh god, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. I think it's really what sells the whole idea. The whole theme of the narrative. And as a storyteller in training, or in progress, I suppose, nothing I like more than a story revolving around its theme, and its characters getting treated accordingly. That's like my whole jam, recently. God, I can't draw anything today. That's what you get when you're a week out of practice. You gotta get back into it, brother. What else did I do over my break? Not much, I will tell you that. Oh, we've been watching this for a while, but there's this series called Only Murderers in the Building. I think that's where the topic of Steve Martin came up in our household. That's a Steve Martin Short, and Selena Gomez venture that they all kind of embark upon. They're on season 3 now. It's a murder mystery series. It's pretty interesting, though. More of a comedy than it is a mystery at times. It also gets weirdly surreal for no reason, which I kind of enjoy when that happens. I think it helps set apart the show in some weird way. I mean, you get Martin Short in anything, I'm probably gonna like it, you know? Even Santa Claus 3, it's like an objectively horrible movie. But the scenes with Martin Short as Jack Frost, I'm like, you know what? I almost like it when he's there. I almost enjoy it. And then being friends with Selena Gomez is just hilarious. I know. It's even funnier that it's real. That's a real dynamic they have. Like, just offset. They're just hanging out. I love that for them, yeah. Selena Gomez has been having, like, a renaissance recently. Have you guys noticed this? I have noticed this. I'm glad that it happened, because, frankly, Wizards of Waverly Place was awesome. And that's where I was introduced to her as a human being. So everything that she does that is good for her, you know, all the better for it, I say. The world is a better place when she is succeeding, because I enjoy, like, everything she's in. God, this arm. How does anyone draw anything again? I gotta do studies, man. I gotta check out that new Buff Lady Twitter account I found. Sorry, it's not a Buff Lady Twitter account. It's a Buff Lady Artist Twitter account. There's a very big difference between following a Buff Lady Artist and a Buff Lady Twitter account. One of them still leaves me with some level of self-respect. And I'm not sure which one it is, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Which one is more respectable? Following the Buff Lady Twitter accounts, or following the people that draw buff ladies on Twitter? I don't know. Depends on what you're looking for, I guess. If you're looking for gains posts, like if you're a gym bro, then I guess the Buff Lady account following would be expected of you. So maybe it's all contextual. I, for one, would not be caught dead following a Buff Lady account. I would just silently admire them and never get caught doing it. Ever. That would be my thing to know about, and for nobody else to figure out that I do. And in that way, you might think, well, then you could already be doing that. And to that I say I have no response to your questions anymore. Get away from me with that camera. Why not follow them on your secret account? I suppose I could. I'm not really doing much on that account. Other than the usual. Eyes glancing to the side emoji. You'll never find it. Let me see if I can find the Buff Lady account. Sorry, the Buff Lady art account that I followed recently. I don't know. Instead of quietly bookmarking them to revisit later. You mean like with the Leon maid outfit? But if I didn't bookmark that, how would I have found it so expediently? So quickly and with such ease? Sometimes you need the efficiency of that bookmarks allow for. There he goes. What are you talking about? What do you mean? You don't even know what I'm talking about. Look for 2 hours to try to find some sort of connection to the secret account. The other day. Oh, I see. Active participants in the search. You'll never find me. I'm invincible and invisible. I think it's on my Doodle account, which is not my secret account. It's just my second account. Garrow's the hero we need. Not yet. You ain't found it. You ain't found nothing. No. Profile, following. Is it this one? No. Why did I follow this? Who are you? I don't even know. What about this one? Oh, I did find it. Haven't pulled my trump card yet. Ezra finds things. He is very good at finding things. No, don't do it. I swear I follow this account only for the Buff Lady. Can I bring this on stream? I don't know if I can. Their name is Zing. Z-I-N-G. On Twitter. I'm not gonna risk bringing their stuff up on the stream because I don't know if I can. But they draw very buff ladies. A lot. So, I followed them. It's really that simple. My god. I'm looking at them now. There's simply so many. Alright, I have to stop. I need to update either of your accounts, you hobo. What do you mean, you hobo? I'm making a comment. What do you want from me? This is taking, like, all of my creative energy. What's the name again? Of my second account is Zotan... Oh, of the person I'm talking... Zing? Z-I-N-G. Their at, since I know there's a difference, is, Zing Zong Bong. All one word. Yeah. You haven't advertised your newest commission yet? Oh, that's right. I went on break, like, immediately when I was gonna do that. Alright, I'll do that later. I'm so behind on everything. Stop yelling at me. Everyone's saying things that are good ideas. And things that I need to be aware of. Stop doing that. Stop making me have to be responsible for once. I'm used to having a week to myself where I just did absolutely nothing at all. And watched little Shop of Horrors. It's very good. I recommend it. If I didn't recommend it earlier, I'd do it. And if I did, I recommend it again. But yeah, they draw Buff Lady, they draw Mini Buff Lady. And frankly, it's just good. It's just good stuff. It's good content. And it's not like the other Buff Lady account that I saw, which I showed to Rob. And there was just far more futa than I could have ever imagined. Based on, like, I saw a Cammy reference, okay? They did a Cammy work of art that was safe for work, relatively speaking. You know, as safe for work as Cammy from Street Fighter can be in her base outfit. And then Rob keyed me into the fact, upon a deeper investigation into their account, that they were a futa artist. And I was like, oh boy. Well, haven't I just thrown you into a viper's den right now? Have fun with that. I didn't know. Zochan enjoys food. Don't write that down. How dare you? Had I known, I might have been a little bit more lenient, or a little bit more tentative, hesitant even, with my recommendation. Didn't want to get auto mod. I don't have an auto mod. I don't think. So you know what? Good call. Her thumb seems so wide. Get a thinner thumb. You guys ever seen Hitchhiker's Thumb? Or do you have Hitchhiker's Thumb? I have a mean case of Hitchhiker's Thumb, personally. Twitch has an auto mod function unless you disabled it. Unless I did. I probably didn't, so that's good. When people do a thumbs up, normally you got your typical experience of like going like this. And that's just how your thumb is. I am easily working with like a 45-degree angle. When I do that. It's just, I can do a thumbs up normally. For the record. But if I can definitely fully extend the thumb. It looks almost perpendicular to my hand. So I can do that. I do, but nothing compared to Akasha. I got a pretty mean one. Maybe I should give this lady a hitchhiker's thumb right here. Yeah, just really... just bend it. Oh, that looks unhealthy. Is that what I look like? Oh, God. Akasha's is like yours, EO. Kindred spirit. This thumb still looks so wide. Get a thinner thumb, even again. That's better. Kind of. That is what I look like. Oh, is that what I look? Yeah. I mean, I just drew it out and it looked wrong. Oh god, it still looks weird. Not the self-realization live on stream. Oh man. It happens way more often around this stream than you would want to, I guess. I feel like I've had many eye-opening realizations on stream that I should not have had on stream. I can't name them off the top of my head, but, you know, that's what you guys are for, to painfully remind me of everything that I've said and done that is weird. My strategy is to just do so many offbeat things that you have trouble keeping up with them all. So far, I think it's working. You don't even know which way to install me. It's like 8 Mile over here. Freaking Eminem on the mic. I will say every flaw that I got. It's like when I realized I eviscerated Oso on Reef. Like, yeah, he got killed. He's dead. Record everything. Yeah, how long is your... How many words long is your document on me, Garo? Your expose. I imagine it's at least a few hundred pages by now. How much time we got? Can I even finish? Can I just finish the line art before stream ends today? For the love of God. Scribbling Furies. Did you find the Buff Lady account, Swan, or do you want me to send a link, by the way? I understand finding usernames on Twitter can be annoying for no reason. I found it. Okay, good. I've tried to look up people and I have their exact username, but I don't have their @ and I just can't find them for like an hour, so I was just wondering. It says you follow. I do. I do. Does it say I enjoy it as well? Does it explicitly state my emotional attachment to it? I also followed it. See? It's powerful. The power of buff ladies. I wish I could remember what that one I sent to Rob was. For no reason. The enjoyment is implied. You know, it's playlists like this that make me realize how much, in isolation, Monster Hunter music can drive you insane. There's like so much clown music. I don't know how else to say it. It's just, it feels like circus music in the background sometimes. Now this is different. Now I'm at an ice skating rink on New Year's Eve, and it's beautiful. I can see it now. I'm in a bright blue dress. Skating around with the Prince of the Ball. Everyone else step off, he's mine. Oh, you want to remember that account, huh? I won't judge. Now the spotlight is on us both. His calves are so well defined. Zotan in a dress. It's more likely than you think. I think I could rock a dress, personally. I think I have that confidence in me. Which is weird, because I, like, don't have confidence at all in, like, most other, elements of my life. But I think just for some reason, I have dress confidence, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know why. I just feel like in real life, I have dress confidence for no... I don't know. I don't know why. Everyone wants to be the belle of the ball. I think I could be the belle of the ball, alright? This is why you're the Jamil of the ball. Oh no, it's true! I think it's because I really just don't care about my physical appearance all that much. Like, I'll be hygienic for sure, but I just don't like... In terms of actual appearances, I don't really care. So I feel like that's where my dress confidence comes in. I'm just like, this might as well happen. If I happened upon a... Like, if I was just in my room and was like, oh no, literally all of the clothes in the house got torn up, and the only thing left is a dress, I guess I'll have to do it. Hygiene is the most important part. Yeah, you know, I'm not gross. I like to think that I'm not disgusting. But in terms of like grooming myself, I don't freaking care. I could look like I have a bird's nest on top of my head. I don't really care. I'll brush it. But if there's a bird in there, it's like, I don't know, I'll keep him around and all that. I don't really care if if there's a... Even if there's like a finch in my hair, it's like, yellow's not my color, but I'll keep him there. If he wants to stay. Also, this hand is whack, as per usual. Don't you evict that bird. I might evict the finch. But I'm just saying it's not likely. I'll probably keep him around. Your roommates now. I'm pretty sure I'm the room in that situation. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about when I was talking about suitor armor is, and it makes me so angry every time I see this, and I could tell that it's a victim of deadlines, is that when you're reading suitor... You know what? I'm gonna breach Webtoon's copyright and bring it up on stream right now. Screw you, Webtoon. I'll kill you. Can I say that? I don't know. I'm gonna retract that statement for legal purposes. But I am gonna bring up one of their comics on stream. One of their official comics, too. Their originals. Roommates, huh? Absolutely. Am I signed in? I am signed in. Go to my subscribed. Can you say you're gonna kill a business? I think you can. I don't think there's anything against that. Legally? If I said I was gonna kill Amazon, well, I'm pretty sure I would be executed within the week, but, you know, it's not for the reasons you would think. Where's episode 1 of this series? There it is. It's a perfect example, actually. Here, let's do it. Here we are in episode 1 of Suitor Armor, a series I read all of in a week. Now, the one thing I want you to focus on, not so much the story because I'm going to be breezing past it, is how the background looks like, although it may have been derived from a 3D model, which you would be correct in assuming, it is integrated into the art style of the story. Like, there's clearly artistic intent here. Look, there's like rim lighting, and there's like a painterly textured brush appearance going around the whole thing. Even if it's just a filter, it's all like applied to the point where everything looks well integrated. The lighting is consistent. The character art, I will say, is great, like constantly. That's the one thing you can tell that they always put time into. And then like here, look at this environmental art. Look, there's like a reflective floor here. There's texturing on the tile. There's line art. This is great. All right, it's hand created background drawing. This door here, you could tell it was drawn over. Imagine compositing those ugly 3D models. Oh my god, you have no idea what I'm about to show you. Look at all these backgrounds. Don't they look good? Can't you see that they, even though... Here, there's a good panel coming up. Get your dirty ass feet off my screen. Sorry. Look at this. You could tell that here, even here, that this was a 3D model. I saw that was an ad on Facebook. Yeah, I would imagine this one's been advertised. But, like, you could tell that this was clearly drawn over and well integrated into the art style of the comic, and everything looks good. Like, just in isolation, this panel, even despite the obvious use of 3D, to get the perspective right, is good. It looks fine. The problem I have with this series is that it immediately stops doing this. And I know it's for deadlines, but I just hate Webtoon for forcing people to do this, because you'll see how ugly it gets. There's just one more panel I want to see. While I'm on the first episode here. Look at this. This looks fantastic. Look at this. It's like the sketch art style here. It reminds me of like there's like some impressionist painter who does this exact kind of thing where the architectural structures are just sketched out lines, and I love this. It looks great, even though you can tell it was done out of limitation. It looks good. Also, freaking big hair. I wonder why you read this one, Zotan. A lady with pointy ears and big hair? I can't believe it. Shut up. Alright, moving on. How long is this first episode, by the way? I gotta get out of here. Let's just go to, like, page 10. I wonder if, like, by page... Or, like, episode... Let's go to, like, episode... I don't know. What's a random one with no spoilers in it? Let's go to, like, 18. Oh, it's already here. Vile. Disgusting. Ew. Gross. Not even a single attempt. There's not a single drawn line in this panel. Maybe the birds and the clouds. It makes me so angry when they do this. They always start off strong, and then this happened. This is just what the backgrounds look like for the rest of the series. Episode 1 was good, and then they just had to do this for the rest of the series. Look at this interior shot. Ew. You can tell they just exported a Blender file right into Clip Studio. With the line art function turned on or whatever. Ew, gross. The furniture. There's like an exterior shot at some point where the bushes are just rectangles and it looks like an N64 game, and I'm just like, what? Ew. Stop. Why? I gotta find, like, foliage. The interior shots are, not as bad. But they are still noticeable. But my god, man. I hate the workflow that they force upon these creators, because they show you what the artist is capable of in episode 1, because I assume they had this prepared. Like a long time ago. And then this happens. Comic fatigue, deadline, yeah, all of that. Man, we are really just inside for this episode, aren't we? Oh my god. Let's go back up here. They have a color assistant, at least. Which they probably have to pay out of pocket, because Webtoon sucks. But I digress. That's my little rant about that series. One thing you'll ever have to worry about for me is anything like that. I'm gonna hand paint everything out of spite until I die. 1100 years from now. By my own hand, of course. Not through natural causes. I'm just gonna be immortal and then choose when I go. Like that episode of The Twilight Zone, I think, when he makes a deal with the devil. That's what they all say. No, 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 you don't understand. You don't understand. I'm not making a contract deal with anyone. If Webtoons came up to me and they said, hey, instead of making money from your full-time job and working on your passion project on the side with full creative liberty, how would you like to make $40 a week? And have us have the majority of the control over what you do and how you say it. And doesn't that just sound lovely to you? And all you have to do is rush out like 50 episodes in a few months so we can release them weekly. And then cancel your series without notifying you or anybody else that that's happening. You know they do that? They silently cancel series. They do that thing that apparently they do in Japan. Where they just, they don't fire you. They just let you feel useless over time. And they stop giving you assignments. So you functionally have no work to do, but you're still like on their payroll. And I feel like that's what happens to Webtoon comic creators, but without the payment. So they just like ghost you. but you're still like technically employed by them, and you can't do anything with your original IP because it's theirs now. So it's like, even if you wanted to be like, alright, they haven't made me make a new season in like a year, can I go off and do my own thing with this comic and the story I made? No, you can't. That's the worst part. Webtoons is awful. I hate them. But they are a big platform to post your own stuff for free, so that's how I will be using them. And I'll be making what I want at my own pace, and they can huff paint if they don't like it. And they probably do like huffing paint, so that's the problem here. $40 a week, absolutely $40 a week. Maybe even less if you're paying an editor and or like any kind of assistant. Like a line artist or a colorist, oh my god. They don't help you cover those costs. If you want to hire like a team to get the stuff out faster, of course they would not. They would never do that. That would be a good thing to do. That would be good for business and help people out. So naturally they would never do that. Ever. It's just gross all around. So naturally I'm just gonna stick to freaking Canvas and maybe Patreon if I ever feel like it. Then I can make $40 a week from people who are not an evil company. People with good intentions. That's where you gotta make your $40. What did I make this dude's shirt? Hold on, I gotta check on this dude's shirt. I didn't save it as a PNG. Alright, so I'm gonna hide your eyes for a minute. Get your eyes out of here. Where are they? Ha! Alright, I have it open so it won't take too long. Where's your shirt? Oh, there it is. Oh, I didn't draw the... Have I ever drawn the bottom of this man's shirt? It is occurring to me that I have not. Alright, have your eyes back. Ah. I'm just going to assume this is what vests look like. That's what this guy's vest looks like. Destiny. Stop singing about Destiny. Monster Hunter ain't about Destiny, it's about skill and being good at the game. The armor skills do not carry you out of rough situations. That's the whole point. Unless you're using, like, evasion +5, then we might have something to talk about. Or like crit eye +18 or whatever they're up to nowadays. So anyway, my days off are all messed up now. Ever since that vacation. You want to know here what my days off are now? I have Fridays off and I have Sundays off. That doesn't even make any sense. It's like a 1-day gap in between them. And then I have like a 4-day work week before my next day off. It's so infuriating. It's like my schedule is designed to make me exhausted. And it's working. I hate it. Like, I would rather have either 2 days off in a row, or like 3-day and then what is it? You got 3 days, then 1 day off, and then 2 days and then 1 day off. Yeah, I would rather have that. Rather than 4 and 1. Give me a 3 and 2 split any day of the week. Any month of the year. What does this guy's pants look like? It's coming to my attention that I should do these... I should do character sheets for more than just my main dudes. I should do it for any character I'm going to draw more than just like twice. I guess I could talk about why I was off for a second week of break unexpectedly, now that more people have funneled in. So the reason I took another break off unexpectedly. I came back from the trip and I was like, all right, let's get back to it. And then I streamed for 1 day and then I stopped for another week. That was not because I got sleepy, even though that is usually the suspect for as to why that happens. This time it was because I had a bit of a... I feel like I could talk about it now, because the situation is more stable. While it was happening, I was definitely like, this is my full attention, and I am going to divert all attention to this matter until it stabilizes one way or another. But we took my dog to the vet for some issues that were happening. And he's old. So I feel like I can talk about this pretty candidly now. I was like, if I get emotional during it, I'll just not talk about it. But I feel like I can talk about it pretty candidly right now. He's old. So, you know, it was to be expected that at some point there would be some health issues that arose. And one of the ones that we got, not to be a bummer, like I said, I'm going to try and be candid about it. He was diagnosed with heart failure. So, you know, that got us for a bit. Caught us by surprise. Luckily, though, he's on new treatment. And that will hopefully prolong that for a while. He's doing great now. I will say that. It was touch and go there for a second. But luckily, he's responding like super well to the treatment that he's been given. He's not in any pain or like discomfort at all. He's doing great. But he is, you know, he is my boy. So, when that happened, I naturally decided that it was like, alright, this is full attention. Like 100%. So, you know, he's very good. He's downstairs. He's sleeping right now. He's doing great. But that is just what happened. It's great to hear that he's doing better. Yeah, he's doing it. He's a little trooper. He's a little guy. He's on some meds. He got the fluid. There was like an injection they gave him to like... I don't know how the medicine worked. But they like... They said they gave him an injection and that somehow got fluid out of his lungs. I don't know how it works. But it sounds like a miracle product. Because it's doing great now. He had a cough for like a few months. It was slowly getting worse to the point where we're like, alright, we have to see what's going on with that. And then when we did that and we found out it was because of heart failure, when we started him on the medication and the treatments, he doesn't have a cough anymore. It's great. It's great to hear that, like, you know, just see something that we thought might have even been unrelated can just be cleared up so easily. It was weird. It was like one day he's in there with a cough and breathing issues, and then he leaves, and then he's got none of those. Just because, you know, he needs the right stuff at the right time. But yeah, he's doing good now. He is old, so we should have expected it at some point. I did notice the cough getting worse. I didn't know what it was, but now that we do know, it's a bit relieving. In a way, to just know what's going on. It always, I feel like, would be that way. As opposed to just wondering. So that's where I was for the past week, sorting that out. We had to take him in for like an urgent care visit, because what he had a surgery scheduled for something completely unrelated. But then we took him in earlier, because this whole thing was happening. And then they said, alright, it's a good thing you brought him in, because, you know, he was at a pretty rough stage for what that thing was doing. But, you know, not to belabor the point any longer than I feel is necessary for me. He's doing good. He's an old little dude. But I can get back into the routine now, because he's doing swell. For the foreseeable future, I imagine. But yeah, that was break number 2. An unexpected break, but one that I felt was very necessary for me, personally. And now I'm into it. I'm back into the swing of it, hopefully for a while, without any unforeseen events occurring. I still hate how this leg looks, though, that I can say, in full confidence. That's just a me thing, though. Understandable break. Yeah, I wouldn't have brought it up if it wasn't like, you know, I don't want to bring up huge bummers on my own stream, even though it is like, I can do whatever I want. I could talk about whatever I want, within reason. But, you know, since he's doing good, I feel like I can talk about it in a neutral fashion. So, you know, he's doing good now. I don't know how I'm gonna draw these freaking legs, dude. Now I gotta focus on being angry at myself again. And drawing things in a wonky perspective. Like this. What is going on here? I don't know. I need to do foreshortening studies again. I need to redo everything that I thought I knew. But clearly do not. How done? An hour 45? My god. I don't know how to do. Maybe just add more wrinkles where his legs are going to be folding in on themselves. Clothing can be a very good indicator of volume. How to draw this man in a box? I don't want to draw. They wouldn't even help me because the box is facing the camera. So it's like, it's not even at an angle here. This would be a more helpful angle. Because his legs would have more foreshortening over here. This is like a dead-on angle, so it's like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with these legs. He's just here. Cover him with a speech balloon. Now you're talking. Thinking like I actually do. Or a dramatic shadow. Yeah, go full, like, Tekken anime with it. It's just a triangle shadow that goes across the composition for no reason. Have you guys seen the Tekken anime and how they shade things? It's very funny. Hold on. Why do they do this? Here you go. Get a load of that. Yeah, look at this. This is how you shade things, everybody. Forget about following form. It's just a triangle. That's all you need. I don't even know why they did this. It looks so weird. You got to appreciate how they hard committed to it, though. Like, it's every shot, every character, every lighting scenario. It's just a triangle. Wait, why? I don't know. I imagine because it was cheaper? I don't know. Look at that. They even did secondary shadows in this. Why did they do this? I don't know. I don't know why they did this. But Tekken Bloodline is a very silly show, and we all like to laugh about it. It's like, it doesn't even matter where the light is coming from. It's just always a overlit from above triangle. Close up, still a triangle. You could see it. It looks more like a rhombus from here, but you can tell that's a triangle. Looks like they're all wearing light hats, I know. I don't know why they did that. But they committed to it, so, you know, you gotta give them props. You literally have to. Every shot, every lighting scenario. Here's this blurry JPEG of somebody flipped upside down, and you can tell they really wanted to. You could tell they were trying to fit in a triangle somehow. They wanted to work it in there so bad. They almost did it. But they shouldn't have committed. What do you mean? Why? I like it. I think it's funny. It's like, would you tell JoJo to have not committed on its weird color palettes? That it just whips out for no reason? The skin is orange and the sky is pink now? Huh? Would you? If you say yes, you're wrong. Sometimes it's called stylization, Swan, and you should think about it for a second. You mean Araki? What did I say? I said what I meant. Unless I said something wrong. You called him JoJo? No, that's the series he makes. He is more of a Rohan. He is Rohan, for sure. I told him not to commit to children looking like adult men, and he changed it for the better. You told him that? You've known Araki this whole time, and you're just telling me right now. What is wrong with you? I can't believe this. I personally told him. Why? Why didn't you tell me you knew him this whole time? I would have exploited our friendship for my personal gain. If that were the case, now I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I looked him in the eye. I looked him in his optical spheres. And I said, "Bitch." I looked him in the windows to his soul. Guys, I have terrible news. Instead of buying a desk, I have been considering the possibility that I will buy all of the Kentaro Miura created volumes of Berserk soon. And that is like a $500 investment. I'm not going to do it all at once, but they're like 40 bucks, 30 to 40 bucks, I forget, per hardcover volume. And I'm probably going to start doing that. Instead of a desk, yes, exactly. I'm probably going to do that. I hope you didn't hear the smile on my face as I said that. Now you can definitely hear it. I'm gonna punch your books. No, they're expensive. Please, do not. Punch my Full Metal Alchemist book I got, like, forever ago. It's paperback, so, you know, I think I could take it. Do you have anywhere to put them? No. Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, I could hear. Remember, I have your address. Do not send furniture to my house. I can't handle it. You don't even have anywhere to put them. The way you're phrasing that makes it sound like the most, like you're hitting me with a Mean Girls routine. Like, oh my god, he doesn't even have anywhere to put them. Can you imagine being that poor? Oh my god. He doesn't even have anywhere to put them. Like, I have your address too. When did you get it? Oh, I guess I did buy from your Etsy shop. Yeah. That would, I suppose, give you my address, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, also, I gave it to you so you could send me the microphone as well. You have my address multiple times over. I am just now realizing. Give it back, you heathen. You scoundrel. I almost said mongrel. I don't think that's the right word. Can you imagine buying things and having nowhere to put them? Oh my god. Could not be me. Except it literally is all the time. I don't know if I like his vest being this high. Let's try doing like a bit of a side cut here. Vests do that, right? I need to look up what vests are. Hold on. Hold on, I'm learning about vests. It's called fashion. Okay, yeah, they do the side, they rise up the side. There's like a triangular cut here, much like a Tekken Shadow. They do a little cut, they rise over the side here. Okay, I got it. Yeah. I'm learning about fashion. Should he have a belt? He should have a belt, right? I think he should have a belt, actually. I don't care, Zotan. I'm not making the comic. Do whatever you want. Well, first of all, that's very empowering, but in a rude way. So I would suggest you work on your delivery in the future. the straw man I made up in my head just now. Could you work on that, please? Thank you. Anyway. I'm very mean to myself, and I don't know why. There's something I gotta unpack, I guess. Could someone tell me how to be nicer to me? I used to just be mad at future Zotan and stick him with all my problems, but now it's like coming all the way back to the present. Maybe even the past, eventually. Zotan talks to the voices in his head. That's what you guys are, I thought? I was pretty sure about that. I thought this whole thing was one lucid dream I was having. What are vests again? Hold on. Do they do... okay, they go like... I'm learning new things about vests. Right now, I'm adapting on the fly. They don't do this. They do this. That's why it looked so weird. Doing a rectangular cut? That's just bizarre. Alright. I never once thought that you people were real. That would have been too silly. I mean, a bird lady? An intergalactic frog? Like, if I said this to anybody out loud, they would understand that it's just a delusion I'm having. A drunken manager stopped in here earlier? I couldn't believe it. I was like, what do you mean a drunken manager? That seems like they'd get fired immediately. Though I guess if they are the manager, they have the authority to do that without getting fired. Sometimes a sentient mask floats in here, and I'm not even sure what type of mask it is specifically. Could be a Jason mask? I don't freaking know. Where do you think the money comes from? I don't know. Don't scare me like that. I don't even know what to think anymore. Am I rich? Have I been a kid billionaire the whole time? Have I been the Elon Musk? I hope not. That guy sucks. I hate him so much. Oh my god. Could you imagine if I was Elon Musk in disguise? Oh, the amount of outrage you people would feel when you discovered that fact? Oh, it'd be a whole betrayal arc. What a twist that would be. Man. If I was Elon Musk. Oh my god. That would be the most wild thing that's happened to anybody, I think. Is if they discovered one of their internet friends with who acted as a PNG tuber in their free time. It was just international... I don't even know what to call him at this point. Weirdo. Elon Musk. Alright, I think I can draw this hand. How much time do we got? We got like half an hour to finish the line art on this page. I might be able to do it. I don't want to say anything, but I think I might be able to do it. That's the one thing I'll say. Am I talking fast this stream? I feel like I've lost my mind. You know what the weirdest part is? I don't even do caffeine. I don't ingest it at all. Maybe this is the pent-up energy that happens when you don't stream for a week. I just have so many words to say. Not all of them are meaningful, but I gotta say them. I have a confession. I am... Okay, I can't even type it. Please don't. Never ever even insinuate. I understand your reservation. I'm talking a little faster than normal. I don't know what's going on today. Freaking wired right now. Need to freaking relax. Alright, hold on, let me just do a breathing exercise. What is it, like 7 seconds in? 2 seconds out? I don't remember. Hold on, let me look that up. Breathing exercise to calm down. Ensure that you are sitting in a comfortable chair. Well, that's already going to be a problem. This chair sucks. Take a breath in for 4 seconds. Through the nose, if possible. I have chronic sinusitis, breathing in through the nose is a possibility, but I don't know how well it's going to go. And then hold the breath for 2 seconds, and then release, taking 6 seconds through the nose again? What is happening? All right, in for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. Let me try that. All right, I did one. I don't know how many reps of those you're supposed to do, but I did one. And now I'm going to actively try to speak slower, in a more reserved fashion, so as to not freak out. I don't even... Maybe I'm getting a contact high. Because you know what I do is I stock the energy drink shelves, and maybe some of the caffeine leaches through the cans into my bloodstream. And maybe every time I stock the energy store shelves, or the energy drink shelves in the store, I'm getting just trace amounts of Rockstar and Monster in my bloodstream, leading to this exact problem. Well, that wouldn't make any sense, because yesterday was my day off. Alright, theory disproven immediately. This is what science is. It's guessing and then being wrong, and then eventually guessing and being right. How does this hand look? Does this look like a good hand? Would you take this hand in marriage? There's a new login. Oh, that was from me from forever ago. I got scared. That was just me logging in to look at the Buff Lady account on my PC. My phone notification scared me. No need to be alarmed, phone. It was still me looking at the buff women. Always will be. Let me see. My art stuff. I'm checking my... Oh, there it is. See if I could oh, I found the artist again. I remember. Let me see if they've drawn anything, like, not horrendously NSFW. Oh, hello, my dog. The little man himself has strutted up my stairs into my room. How are you? That's good to hear. Little man. Let me see if I can find the Cammy art that they did that was not NSFW. The little rockstar, he deserves good pets. I am petting him right now as we speak. Oh my god, I don't even know if I can bring this up on stream. I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, their name is Ant now. No, wait, no. Ant is the one featuring. I hate feature accounts, man. Get away from me. Good god, I can't bring that up on stream. Oh god. I should have checked OBS to make sure what I was on. Okay, Christ. Oh god. I would have been banned immediately. Jesus Christ. I should have checked OBS for sure before I brought that. Oh, God. Alright. Is there like a better... You really can't show this man's art. Sorry, this person's art. I don't know who they are. But what I'm trying to say is that this person does anatomy, muscular ladies in particular, very well. And I'm just trying to find something that's not, like, the worst thing ever to look at for people on Twitch.tv. I might be scrolling for a while. I'm not going to scroll for much longer than, I'll say, like, a minute. I don't know, man. The odds are looking pretty slim. Oh, there's some cool jury art. I can open that up. Let me do that. Here we go. No, hold on. Just give me a second, I swear. They draw good stuff. I just can't show 99% of it. Let me just make sure it's on the right thing. Because if it's not... Oh boy, am I going to get banned so fast. This one. There, just look at that. Just look at it. It's good, okay? It's just good. Alright, just good, wholesome art. This Juri, she's insane. She's crazy. She's doing bunny ears. But you could tell they know anatomy, like, super well. Like, I don't even know what this muscle is. I forgot. I did studies about it, but I don't even know anymore. The abdominals. They do... This doesn't show well on this one in particular, but they do, like, quads and stuff super well. And, like, calf muscles? Let me see if I can find one of those. Let's go. They did a Chun-Li one that I think I could bring up on screen. Here's one. Yeah, we just gotta make sure that we're on the right thing. She looks amazing. The art is good. It's just most of it you are not allowed to show your grandma. This one is very good. Look at this definition on the quads here. And then into the gastrocnemius? You gotta be kidding me, alright? And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what angle they draw. Like, look at this arm here, first of all. Look at that. They got the brachioradialis and then whatever. I think this is some kind of extensor. I forget. But they definitely know what they're doing. And they use that knowledge to dubious effect. Sick! Absolutely. The only way you can conceivably draw Chun-Li and have it be objectively correct, I think. Street Fighter 6 kind of cheap. They almost cheapened out on it, but they didn't, luckily. Damn, she's thick. Yes. So the art is good. And I'm glad I found at least one example that I could show you guys. Without throwing my entire streaming account in the garbage before it even has a chance to kick off anywhere remotely interesting. That's not true. You guys make every stream so interesting. For better or for worse. Emphasis on the ore. I'm joking. I'm a jokester right now. Don't even worry about it. I'm just clowning around a bit. Just a bit of a jonkler. We hear and we love you. I don't know. I don't know if I can accept these compliments to that degree. I don't think so. I could be admired from afar. Well, maybe not, because I can't even say the word admired correctly, as indicated just then. Buy a desk? No. No. Maybe when I am like an actual kid billionaire, which is going to take multiple things to happen that cannot happen. For one, I'm going to need to be a child again. So, well, I guess I am somebody's kid. So aren't all billionaires really kid billionaires? And that's when you play the stock aw sound effect from an audience. Aw. The answer is no, they're all evil lizards. And I'm pretty sure they reproduced asexually. Has anyone seen Elon Musk's parents? I haven't. I don't even think he has them. I don't think this hand is correct, by the way. Has anyone ever seen my parents? Nope. So I guess the jury's still out on whether or not I'm a kid billionaire. Oh yeah, finished connecting to SBC. We're having a Ghibli weekend next week. Ooh, I do like myself a Ghibli movie. I shall. Next weekend? Alright, I'll see what I can do. Because I do have days off on Sunday now for some reason. I don't even know. I don't have control over my life anymore. This is like, I hate the way this man looks. Hold on. I think the problem is his like legs are too, like, his pelvis is too long? I don't know. Let me fix this. And then he might be too small in general. Things don't need to be perfect, they just need to make me not throw up when I look at them. That's all I ask of my comic panels. That's all I ask. Is that too much? I don't think so. One thing you gotta know about Red Hair Lady is that she's very short, so I gotta make this guy bigger. It's probably the issue here. I don't know why I made her short. I think it's so it can make the Cardinal dudes look more imposing when they're in the same frame as each other. That sounds like a thing I would do. Just make the storytelling easier for myself. Through visual communication. It's called cinematic language. Sweaty? Look it up. You ever heard of an extreme close-up? Green man, bad, me good, okay, bye, have a good day, or else, no. I challenge your bad voodoo, your bad juju, I mean. Freaking come at me, brother. I freaking dare you, fight me right now in the streets. Bare knuckle brawl to the death. Or until I get tired. Either or. Whichever comes first. Yeah, also later, Mask. See you later. There he goes again, off to, I assume, what is another class of his. That boy ain't right. He is not correct. Nah, he's fine. That's one of the good ones, that one. At least from what I know. He doesn't strike me as a ne'er-do-well, not yet anyway. Well, not entirely. He did just say, he just demanded that I have a good day or else, so maybe I should be worried. Maybe just a little bit. Now that's the strategy if you want to insult somebody on stream. You just don't even give them a chance to respond to you. You insult them, or in Mask's case, demand that they have a good day, and then you run away. It's like how I would... I think somebody... Didn't somebody do that to you, Swan? They like threw money at you and ran away? At a con or something? Do you remember who did that? I'm pretty sure you've told that story. I would like to follow suit, so if you could credit the person who started the trend, I would like to know. I want to see if you actually vaporize when a dollar bill hits your forehead. Just as a scientific experiment. What story? About how somebody didn't somebody throw money at you? When they met you in real life? Somebody from the chat. Or your chat, I should say. I would say my chat, but my chat is mainly your chat, so... I don't really know how to specify, to be honest with you. Drunken manager showed up. I mean, like, come on. People do that more often than you think in Artist Alley? Like, people you know? Or just in general? People be throwing money in general? What the heck? I thought we were just talking about, like, people it was established that were likely to do that. Like Magpie. It's the only way to get us to accept money, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would take it off anyone's hands if they didn't want it. That's fine. I'm still an artist, so it's not like it would be going to a bad place, unless you consider me a bad person. And you know what? Fair. If that's your opinion, you're allowed to have it. And I'm allowed to be upset about it. I said that as this sad violin tune came on. It's almost perfect. This is what I actually think deep down. You just have to throw it and run. Cool, cool. I don't have to note that for any specific reason, but it's good that I know that now. Let's see. I haven't saved this whole stream. I do like how these hands turned out over here. This gripper one, that's pretty good. It looks very structural too, which is something I like about the hands I used to draw when I was doing like daily Instagram stuff traditionally. I needed to get more structural with my hands. More volumetric. There's a video I watched forever ago by now about some general shapes you can use to make very expressive hands almost like in any orientation. And I forget what they were exactly, so I wish I remembered. It was something like this and this. There was like a 3-shape thing, and then you could just stem the fingers out from it. You know, it's one of those art tips where, like, if you know the anatomy underlying it roughly, the shapes can help you be more gestural. I just can't remember what these 3 little shapes were exactly, but I'm probably going to try and find that again, because it was interesting. I remember it being useful, at the very least. Right now, I'm just kind of freeballing it. What is freeball? Where did freeballing it even come from? Does that come from where I think it does? Because if so, I'm going to stop saying it. If that is the case. I hope that don't mean that. I've just always kind of said it without thinking about it. Like most things that I say. The man comes up here, he crawls up to my desk, and he falls asleep. Don't you have somewhere to be, my dog? Weren't you window gazing? We got it, you know, my dog is ridiculous in many ways. But one of the ways that he's ridiculous is he's part cat. We bought him a cat window perch because he likes to look out of the window at cars that pass by. Because he just literally, he can't help himself. He has to be elevated off the floor, looking out the window at cars. He's cute, he knows who we're talking about. Yeah, I think, well, he's deaf, so I doubt that was the reason, but yeah. His sixth sense, maybe. Adorable. I do like that he does it. We even got him, we made him, actually, a little ramp so that he can get up and down there without jumping all over the place, because I know that dogs were not meant for jumping as much as cats were. And he's old, so I don't want his legs to get all worn out. You don't want a dog with bad knees. So we made him a little ramp. And he gets up on the window. We block all of our windows because Clover just parks all the freaking time otherwise. Yeah, also I imagine a perch the size required to contain Clover would probably be about 6 feet by 6 feet. And about like 5 inches thick. You know, just made out of solid. You'd basically build a deck inside of your house just to contain Clover. If you were to make her a window perch. So, you know, maybe not the best. It's probably not an ideal scenario for most people. If anybody would, though, I would think it would be you, Swan, who would make a window perch for your dog if they wanted it. If they so desired. Our dogs only bark when mailmen or Amazon Prime trucks show up, which luckily isn't too often. What you mean? I'm just saying, if you want to build a deck in your house for Clover, you're allowed to. You have my permission. I will not support it directly in any capacity, but I will suggest the idea and leave you with it. Just build a window perch for the dog. Every dog deserves a window perch. regardless of how much they bark. My cats could fit on the windowsills, but we were thinking about getting a window seat, but they would fight over it. I mean, yeah, I mean, you could just get multiple window seats. I don't know how that would work, but you know. It's not like I spent all my extra time and energy smooching her forehead. Is that what you're doing? She's not getting a dang window perch? Well, then this is why people are sad in the world. It's you. Listen, I'm allergic to unnecessarily rude people, it would seem. I'm having an episode. Hey. What's going on? Is there a problem, officer? Freaking take me away then, I dare you. I'm already in jail. What are you gonna do? Put me in super jail? Narrator voice, they put him in super jail? What would a super jail be? I think like a super jail is like a panopticon. It's like that jail with a pillar in the middle, where they can see every prisoner at once. They just look around, and you just never know if you're being watched or not. It's crazy. I bet one of those. I bet there's a real one somewhere. It just seems like it'd be a dystopian kind of thing. That was a very gestural line. I kind of like that swoop. That was a good one. Look at that. Always pat yourself on the back for an unexpectedly good line. Exclusively in reference to art. Don't get carried away now, you freaking Wolf of Wall Street entrepreneurs. This stream is not for you. Keep that stuff to yourself. If you wouldn't mind, this is a Christian stream. It's not. You already knew that, but it's not. Stream is for me? When is it for you? For a stream that's for you, I sure do make fun of you a lot. Was that your intention? Christian stream. Alright, I'm out. I've had a feeling this might happen. When I made my allegiances clear to the Lord. Just know that you are forgiven. In the realm, that's not where the thumb goes when you're doing prayer. It goes over there. The pearly gates will await you. For he is a forgiving father. What am I doing? Is this against TOS? What do you think God's hair looks like? Let's reinvent God, said no one before they died. Or said everyone before they died, I guess, in a certain century. It looks like she's holding him. She's squeezing a little God action figure. This is not how I intended this to be. That's not how sandals work. Hold on. How does sandals work again? Hold on. Frick. Alright, I got it. This looks like a political cartoon now. What the heck am I doing? Is his little toga or like skirt thing? I don't know. His tunic? 1,000 birds in the nest? That's true. I think God would have lots of little creatures in his little... his wavy locks. I'm giving God a pompadour. I don't care. Oh my god, George Lucas! Is that you? I had no idea. This one's shaking around a little bit. Like birds are wont to do. What do they preen themselves? I don't know what birds do. You know how birds is and all that. Alright, that's enough. Stupid Twitch broke, I'm back. You didn't miss much. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Can this stay in the comic? It literally can't. Get out of here. God, I hope I didn't draw so many lines that the history doesn't go back far enough. Get out of here. Alright, good. So for the future, we have to draw his eyeballs, but they'll be closed so that I don't really have to worry too much about symmetry. Lower half of the shirt, the hand over here, the two hands holding these various supplies, and his head in this panel. Oh, you know what I should do? I should go here and do this. And maybe draw like a little bit of a face. Does this work? Let's just see if this works. Nah, I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks like she's looking too far front-facing here if I don't draw a face, but like... Maybe if I... That looks slightly more like what I intended for. Alright, so we can draw this little hair bun thing that I do to indicate everything. It's so simple to have a simplified art style, everybody. You just draw a thing and people can just naturally guess what it is. And you don't even have to fully, like, cross-hatch it or render it out and give it volume and depth and all that. You can just kind of imply. And then people will most likely get it. That's a beautiful thing about abstraction. You don't even gotta be good at art. You just gotta be good at faking it. And now all I can think of is that hair part that looks like she has a duckbill. Which one is that? Is it this one? I can't see it. Hair part looks like she has a duckbill. I can't find it. The part you just drew? This little part right here. I see it now. It's probably like that. It's like going to school. Yeah, I see it. I got it. I've picked it up. Get out of here. I gotta fix that now. Now that I've seen it, you've ruined me. Hold on. No, I can't do that now. I'm fixing it immediately. It's still... How dare you? Look what you've done. Now it's a lobster claw. And yet I still prefer it to the other way. I'm fixing it now so that I don't think that every time I look at it. I'll find a way. It looks less like a duckbill now, I suppose. That's all I can ask for. You're welcome, thank you. I think. Time is it? Yeah, we could call it. I suppose. I made some progress today, I believe. Let me flip this around. We might have to, adjust some of these lines in the future. She still looks like she's facing... You know what it might be? I think if I place the hair bun a little bit more over here, that might be more convincing. Yeah, I think that might be it. I think that's going to help. Hairbun sounds disgusting out of context, though. Ew. Hair in any food is not great. I hope that's not a hot take around here. Someone out there probably knows about a very specific cuisine that's made with goat hair, and I don't want to hear it. I don't care how it's prepared, I don't want it. Is that culturally insensitive? If it is, well then consider me a xenophobe, you know? Do not clip that out of context. What the heck is this Ren Fair music, Monster Hunter? What are you doing sometimes? From Monster Hunter Cross. Oh, it's the credits for Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. No noting that I'm a xenophobe. Don't do that. Or that I said I was. I'm not. I'm not. Some of my best friends are anime. That you can clip out of context. I don't know why. I think it's worse, honestly. Gabino. Oh, Halber. I have horrible news. I was literally about to call it, but welcome in before I head out. You know what, for you, I'll stick around and I'll power through the panel that I was going to put off. Oh, no, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was going to call it. But for you, I'm going to draw this hand. Just because, why not? That is horrible. I know, I'm sorry. I felt bad saying it. But, yeah, I'll draw this hand just to get it out of the way. For you specific, this hand goes out to Howlber, so I hope it doesn't make me very upset. I get a special hand, then you do get a hand. I'm going to write your name on the little sketch layer here. There you go. This is it's going to be labeled. There it is. That is yours. Oh lord. Don't cut this entire layer. I'm working on it still. This should be fine. Yeah, prior to that, I don't know what the heck I was talking about. Other than that, I am back in the swing of it now. If anyone was wondering where I'd been for a week, I explained it earlier in this very stream. I felt it was important to take that break for me personally. As a result of unforeseeable life events. They're just bound to happen in this world. But, like I said, that aside, I'm back into the comic now. And I plan on doing it for a while. And also, I was about to kick into my hyperdrive schedule, where I'm going to start writing out more of my chapter outlines in the morning. So that I'm more than literally one page ahead at any given moment. And I'm gonna start drawing more on my days off. Because currently, I just use my days off to sleep. Because that's all I physically can do. But I'm going to try and power through. I don't care if I get unwell making this comic. I'm gonna get it out. I've had a goal. There's a goal I have in mind. It's to get out the prologue, let's see, before the end of the year. To start releasing this comic before the end of the year. That's my goal. I need to have a concrete goal. I made one. I made it yesterday. I didn't put much thought into it. I don't know how likely or unlikely it is to happen, but I just made it on the spot because I needed to have one. I care. And I care that people care. I appreciate it, is what I should say. Because Lord knows, I certainly don't make it obvious when I'm going to go away and do other stuff. I have 2 Twitter accounts, and I said it on neither of them where I was going. I have no Discord. The whole thing. Huge goal, life-altering goal. Let's see. Let's see if I become world famous, because 2024 is the year of Zotan. Or at least the year he made a comic and tried. The year Zotan tried. There we go. That's a good, it's got a ring to it. That'll be the title of my autobiography. Or maybe, you know, it's up for debate. It's a working title. I'm still drafting it out with a couple other ideas, like George Washington Carver's best friend. Actually, who's the guy that we looked up? Marcellus? We invented peanut butter. Marcellus Gilmore Edson, my dude, invented peanut butter. So yeah, maybe Marcellus Edson's best homie in the world. That might be my contender for title. My second contender, anyway. I gotta fix this hand. And if the comic doesn't get famous, you ask? Well, I'm just going to keep making it anyway, because it isn't for any of you, it's for me. I was telling you guys on one stream, if anyone remembers, I was having huge existential angst, like, oh my god, nothing matters and I hate myself. Just because I'm a human in this universe. You know, that whole thing? We all have that at some point. And I was like, the only thing that could make me feel better is being a storyteller. And so I'm trying. I have to. I literally have to. It's like breathing now. If I don't, I'm gonna explode. No, it's for me. Everything's for you, isn't it? It's all about Swan. You know what, Swan? If you want a comic to be for you so bad, why don't you make one? I like it and it isn't out yet. Yeah, you did like it and it isn't. You can literally say that because I put out my test panels. I told you not to look at them. And you liked them anyway. You and Mask. I can't believe this. That test series is still up. I don't think it's gotten any more views since you people. But why no, you can't have it. It's mine. You can be a test reader, a beta reader at most. But other than that, nope. Show me the test series? I mean, okay, I can do that. I do have it. I looked. You can't stop. I can't. You already did it. I can't undo what you've done. Alright, let me go to my dashboard. I got it. Okay. I'll just bring it up on stream. I'll just bring it up on stream. Yeah. Let's go to the first episode. Zotan too slow, shut up. Okay, here we are. A hero. Hero. That's One Punch Man, by the way. Hey guys, look at this. It's a painted background. You ain't gonna find this in your fancy Webtoons originals, okay? I don't even care. Your freaking isekai romances. I don't even... What are you gonna find? Like a painted mountain? I don't think so. A hand-painted landscape? Eat my entire butt, dude. I don't even care. I'll say it. Oh, look at that. I painted it, and it's in the foreground. Oh, detail. Textured brushes. Oh, no 3D model in sight. No, sir. What is that? Textured snow? What? Unheard of. Oh, look at that background. He painted it. Isn't that nuts? I don't even think they make mountains like that. How would you even compile this in Blender? You can't. How long till he replaces it all in 3D? Never. Never ever. Here's PNG Test 2. This one has words on it. This is the only spoiler words that I'm gonna let you see willingly. Who's he? I don't freaking know. What does that mean? That's ambiguous. She sees. Do you? That's a sweat droplet. I see it. I see it there. Ask him to sit down. He says no. Why? What does he know that I don't? Wood sound effects? People under the floorboards. Oh my god. The intrigue. Sorry, I'll stop. I'll calm down now. There's some weird pixelation going on, but I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna see what that's about. I'm assuming that's just a result of the automatic formatting that Webtoon does. My eyes have absorbed the test panels. Do you enjoy them? We love the sound effects. I do like them. In the first episode, I was getting pretty nifty with the little crunches here, little crunchies, little kersh over here, little drop shadow, because it's against the snowy backdrop. It was pretty nice to figure out how to do some cool stuff. I do some very fun stuff with sound effects in future chapters or in future pages. I only have chapter 1 mostly done. I enjoy them greatly. I'd like to... Oh, am I out of music? No, I am not. Okay. She freaking bumps him. The style is chef's kiss. I appreciate it. I do like how this guy turned out. I'm not going to say his name, because it'll show up. I believe this lady's name has showed up on stream, because I accidentally put word bubbles on screen sometimes. I guess you know that her name is Mavdalin now. This one right here. Because that's where that is. But yeah, those are my test pages. I just wanted to see how it looked. I'm gonna hire you to do my sound effects. I have read it. What do you think? Is it coherent? Can you understand the entire story yet? In my out-of-order, non-sequential panels? It looks nice. I appreciate it. Hopefully it continues to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind doing sound effects here. Hold on. I might have another one that I'm willing to show off. The one that I'm personally proud of. Ooh, I have a couple, actually. I don't know why I got so jazzed. I was going to end stream like 10 minutes ago. 1 second. Suffering from success. I now know the entire story. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta hide your eyes so that you don't look at my stuff. Quit looking at my stuff until it's ready for you to look at. Here's one. A very tragic ending. How dare you? How dare you know what I'm doing? Alright, hold on, then I'll open up another one. There's 2 sound effects things that I'm proud of that I did recently, and I'll show those off, and then I will end stream for real, and people better stop talking about stuff that I'm interested in discussing, because I'll keep talking about it. If you do that. Oh, I got 3, actually. Hold on, I got 3. I got 3 of them. Now I'm just gushing about my own stuff that I did. You got me talking about myself. How dare you do that? I will do that for too long. So what interests you, Gabino? Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear it. I'm looking and you can't stop me. Well, actually I can, because I know the screen is black right now. Here we go. This is one. This was a simple... I found a cool brush. I was trying so hard and for so long to find cool, like, dry ink brush. Or just dry ink brushes from the Clip Studio Asset Store. Excuse me, lady, could you freaking shut up? Good God. You are so... Quiet down. Alright. But yeah, I finally found some decent dry ink brushes, and they have been working wonders when I'm doing fancy little sound effects like this one. And they look great. This is another one I did. I liked this one, just because from like a graphic design perspective, I was like, how do I make this go across the whole panel without it interfering with the focal point? And I just did a simple fade out as the light overtakes the sound effect, and then it fades back in. So I liked how this one... See, putting those graphic design skills to use, I know! I'm literally talking about it right now. So this was fun to figure out. I did like this one. It was a good font. Distorted it a little bit for that one. And then this other one I did, I think it was another one of those dry ink brushes that I got. This little flaming little sound effect bit here, which I did a gradient on. I liked this one. I like doing that one a lot. Do a little snap, and then whoosh. I like this one. This is probably my personal favorite. It just looks so wispy. Which is exactly what I was going... But it's still legible. That's the hard part. when you're doing these dry ink brush sound effects, you gotta get a balance between aesthetic and readability. And I feel like I've got a pretty good thing going with all of these examples here. So yeah, it's going alright for my sound effect. I realize you guys don't often see my sound effects because I count them as I do them during the dialogue phase, so it's nice to actually show some of those every now and then. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna show for now. I like them, me too. I do like them. It looks amazing, thank you, thank you. Hopefully the writing continues to hold up to the same standard. I do enjoy them. Just wait till I get to my buff woman arc and I'll be drawing them like every panel, and then you guys will see the true beauty of my story. I struggle with that kind of thing, so I respect how good they look. I, too, struggle. Typography's hard, man, especially when you're drawing it, my god. There's people that, like, hand create serif fonts, and I have no idea how they do it. People that draw stuff that looks straight out like an adaptation of time, like with mathematical perfection. I'm like, I don't even know. Alright, enough of this. Simply must go to bed or something. I have work tonight. So thank you all for stopping by on my return. After the unforeseen, unexpected event, my little man is doing great. He's perfect, he's sleeping. Actually, his eyes are wide open, I don't know what he's doing. He's just staring at the wall. But he's next to my desk and I can pet him from here, so that's fine. But wait, no? Zhuzh. Well, I guess I made it just in time. Hello, Stove. So sorry. I literally already extended the stream for Howlber. I drew a hand, and I simply cannot do it again. I shan't do this. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Cuddle your little rock star. I shall. He shall get all the pets that he deserves. Smooch him. Well, he's kind of like, he hasn't had a bath in a while, but I'll... Maybe. A tentative maybe. But yeah. I'll be... Smooch the puppy. I'm leaving. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow, for sure. So, yeah, and I'll catch you all later. Stove, you gotta show up earlier. That's all I gotta say. And bye-bye. Smooch him, I didn't hear any... I'm not here, I can see any... I'm blind now, weird.